Thank you for watching another Business Randy video. Take whatever is valuable for you. Time to become life smart. And for more future inspiration and motivation, like and subscribe. I hope you know the expression that you can't see the forest through the trees. Now, I would like you to use your imagination for a bit. Because in this case, the forest is your goal. A bigger goal, the bigger picture, your mind. And in the forest, there are some sick trees that make sure you don't see the forest anymore. These sick trees represent the diseases of attitude and diseases of the mind. These diseases lead to mistakes in judgment and destroy the quality of your life. And since the quality of your life is important, you have to try to free yourself from these diseases. Most of the diseases are part instinct, but most of it is learned, taught, imagined and created by experience. Others, but in most cases, by ourselves. The first step is awareness, before you can give yourself a proper diagnosis and start looking for the cure. So, let's go over the attitude diseases and diseases of the mind. Now I got a lot of diseases to cover, so run with me here. Blaming, pointing the finger to something or someone and holding them responsible for a bad result. Usually, your bad results. This disease usually travels from person to person. Complaining, the expression of dissatisfaction, your dissatisfaction, which doesn't help anyone. This disease is airborne because we usually complain for everyone else to hear. Excuses, we got a million. It are reasons that you give yourself or to someone else to justify your action. It's another disease to get out of your responsibilities. Lying, it's bad. It's when you did something wrong and you feel desperate enough to get something and you make up a story so that you'll benefit from it. Gossiping. Gossiping is a silent disease which spreads as soon as you leave. You have a choice to keep the negative bacteria to yourself, but you deliberately spread this negative disease, this negative story with someone else, and that person brings it to the next. The farther this disease travels, the bigger it becomes. Jealousy. You envy the person that has what you don't have. You could also choose to be happy for the other, but you choose to poison yourself with this negative illness. It's like inhaling very deeply when you're around someone who has a cold and coughs or sneezes. Prejudice. Now this disease is harmful and you can inflict some real damage with this one. It's when you form an opinion about something, someone or a large group of people without checking the facts, based on limited beliefs. It's like putting a large group of people in quarantine without checking if they're really sick. Hatred. It's when you have an extreme dislike towards something. You can compare this with putting bacteria in a bowl and letting it grow, because it usually starts small, but you let it grow out of control by nurturing these bacteria. Pessimism. The ugly disease of always looking at the bad things, the problem side, checking all the reasons why it can't be done. It damages your own ideas, but also the ideas of others. Overcaution. The disease that attacks eyesight and also mind sight. Because something that could cure you, an opportunity, a medicine, now seems like a huge risk. Because it has side effects, you won't take the medicine. Indifference. It's like having a fever. Because when you're having a fever, you don't feel so strongly about anything like you would normally do. Nothing inspires you to get you going. The lack of really caring. Indecision. The disease that paralyzes you. And as soon as the opportunity, the medicine comes by, you won't be able to make up your mind, and the opportunity, the cure, passes. Doubt. Now this disease starts small, and we tend to ignore the symptoms at first. But if you don't get these bacteria out of your system, it could turn into self-doubt, which attacks your self-esteem. Worry. The disease that makes you, just like running a high fever, a bit delusional, and it makes you think about a problem over and over and over again, which will probably never happen. Stress. Just like good and bad bacteria, you have good and bad stress. But the bad stress that goes on for a longer period of times, creates inner turmoil and could inflict some serious damage and lead to health problems. Fear. And I saved this one for last because it's the worst disease of all. Yes, it can potentially save your life, but it also kills dreams. Fear paralyzes you. Fear holds you back. Fear can age you. Fear can put you in the hospital. But what's the cure? What could you do to get rid of all these attitude diseases? If you want to know the cure, then you have to watch the next video.